My name is Liam Walker. I'm 17 years old. And on the night of March 8th, I died in my bedroom alone with my phone in one hand and my vape in the other. I guess I should start by telling you who I was before that night. I was just a regular kid. Or at least I thought I was. I lived in a suburb outside of Chicago. I went to high school, nothing special. I played on the B team for basketball. I wasn't great, but it gave me something to do. Mostly though, I just existed online. My parents were good people. My mom Beth and my dad Mark, they really tried. They worked long hours but they cared. Still, my life wasn't really with them. My life was in my phone. That little glowing rectangle was my whole world. I mean literally, first thing in the morning I'd grab it, checking notifications, snap streaks, TikTok, Insta, who viewed my story, who didn't, who was active, who wasn't. Every second of my day was filtered through that screen. That's just how things were. And the vape? Yeah, that was always there too. Everyone vaped. I mean everyone, at school, in the bathrooms, after class, in their bedrooms. It wasn't a big deal. It felt like harmless air. I started around freshman year. It was at some party and someone passed one around. It tasted like blueberry muffin or something dumb. I remember thinking it tasted like candy. And it felt good. I had anxiety, at least I think I did. A loud brain. Millions of thoughts firing all the time. What do people think? Why didn't she text back? Did someone see that post? Am I enough? Am I doing this right? It was endless. But when I vaped, the noise lowered. It was like someone took the volume knob in my head and turned it down. It was my pause button. My way to breathe. My mom hated it. She found one once hidden in my shoe. She cried. She told me, "Liam, that stuff will kill you. It's poison." And I just rolled my eyes. Mom, it's fine. It's just vapor. Everyone said it was safe. I knew how to hide it. I knew how to lie. It became second nature. But really, I was hiding more than just a vape. I was hiding how empty I was. How lonely I felt even when surrounded by people. Even online with hundreds of friends. I felt disconnected, floating through life. The vape was my comfort. The phone was my world. That was me, a kid lost in the noise. That night was a normal Tuesday. Nothing special. I had a big English paper due. I hadn't started. I was stressed. At dinner, my dad and I argued about my grades, my behavior, my phone. "Liam, you're not present," he said. "You're always somewhere else." I shrugged, said whatever, and went to my room, shutting the door behind me. The room was dark except for the glow of my screen. Scroll, scroll, scroll. Meaningless content. People I didn't know doing things I would never do, being people I would never be. And then that familiar tightness returned, cold, sharp anxiety squeezing my chest. I reached for my vape. Took a long drag. Held it. The noise lowered. Then another drag. And another. I was using new pods, strong ones from a kid named Tyler. They hit harder. I liked that. I was chain vaping, scrolling. Over and over. Then something felt wrong. It wasn't the usual calming sensation. My chest tightened, not like anxiety, but like someone wrapped a belt around my lungs and pulled. I coughed, one single cough, dry and sharp. I thought maybe I hit too hard. I put the vape down and tried to breathe deep. But my lungs wouldn't fill. It felt like trying to breathe through a soaked towel. Panic surged. My heart pounded violently. I tried to stand but my legs felt like sand. I grabbed my chest. I tried to yell for my mom but nothing came out, just a wheeze. I was suffocating. I collapsed. My head hit the desk on the way down. I landed on the floor. I could see under my bed, dust, an old sock, my backpack. My phone lit up on the mattress above me. A notification. A snap from someone. I reached for it. That's when I realized I was dying and I was reaching for my phone. And then, everything stopped. The pain vanished. The panic disappeared. Something popped, like stepping out of heavy, wet clothes. And suddenly, I was floating. I opened my eyes and I was up by the ceiling looking down. I saw my body on the floor. My face was blue. Eyes open. The vape rolled beside my hand. It wasn't me. It was just a body, an empty shell. I wasn't scared. That was the strangest part. I was just confused. I tried to make sense of it. Was I dreaming? Then, my mom screamed. The door flew open. She must have heard me fall. The noise she made, I will never forget. It wasn't a scream. It wasn't even a word. It was raw pain in sound form. She collapsed onto my body, shaking me, begging me to wake up. My dad appeared in the doorway, frozen, broken. I hovered above them trying to speak, but they couldn't hear me. I tried to touch my mom, but my hand passed through her like mist. Then the paramedics rushed in. They shocked me multiple times. No pulse. Charging again. Still nothing. Time of death. I watched them lift my body away. My mom collapsed. My dad stared at the empty spot where I'd been. And then the walls of my room began to shimmer, like heat waves. Everything dissolved. The house. The voices. The world. And I was surrounded by silence. Real silence, for the first time in my life. The silence wasn't emptiness. It was peace, soft, warm, comforting in a way I had never experienced. No buzzing phone, no notifications, no endless thoughts. Just stillness. I wasn't in my room anymore. There were no walls, no ceiling, no floor. Just a dark space that wasn't scary. It was like being wrapped in velvet. I floated there, suspended in nothing and everything. I don't know how long I stayed like that. Time didn't exist. Then I felt something change. A warmth. It started behind me. Like standing near a campfire on a cold night. Except the heat moved through me, filling me, and with that warmth came a light. Not a spotlight, not a beam, more like light that came from everywhere at once. It grew. Soft at first, then brighter but never blinding. It was thick, solid, almost like you could reach out and touch it. It had colors I can't even describe, colors beyond anything on earth. And there was sound, a singing but not like human singing. Like a chord being played by something ancient and perfect. The light grew stronger and then, I saw him. It's impossible to explain. He wasn't shaped like a man exactly, but the outline was there, a figure made entirely of light. Not just glowing, radiating warmth, color, sound, peace. I didn't think his name. I knew him. Jesus. He didn't walk toward me. He didn't float toward me. Movement wasn't even the right concept. He simply became closer and I became aware of him. And when he neared, something happened. I felt the gunk inside me, all the anxiety, loneliness, lies, vaping addiction, the numbness, the wasted time, everything dark inside me began to rise to the surface. I suddenly felt exposed, ashamed. I tried to hide myself, to turn away. But he saw me, fully. Not with eyes but with knowing. Then I heard him, not with ears but inside my spirit. His voice vibrated through me like that chord had turned into words. Liam. Just my name. And when he said it, warmth washed over me. The darkness inside me, the gunk, began peeling off me like black threads being pulled out. Each one floated into his light and evaporated. Vanished completely. I gasped. My lungs, or whatever lungs I had, filled with his light. I cried. Real tears. Tears of relief. Tears of being known. Tears of being seen. He didn't judge me. He cleansed me. Held me. And in his presence, I felt my heart beating in rhythm with his song. A rhythm of peace beyond anything on earth. I thought, I'm sorry. And his response came instantly. I know. Then everything changed again. He showed me my room. Not like watching a movie, I was inside the memory. I saw myself on the floor. The vape. The phone. And then he showed me why. Every scroll. Every like. Every notification. Each one released a puff of gray smoke that wrapped around my heart, numbing it. It wasn't just the vape killing me. The vape was a symptom. The real sickness was numbing myself. The scene zoomed out. I saw my friends. My school. My town. Then my city. Then millions of kids. Millions, alone in their rooms. Screens glowing against darkness. Their souls starving. Their spirits crying out but drowned by noise. Then his voice came again. Liam, this is your generation. The loneliest generation in history. Surrounded by voices yet unheard. Starving for me yet full of distraction. He showed me kids building walls around their hearts. Walls made of screens. Walls made of scrolling. Walls made of likes. Walls made of pretending. Then he said something that hit me like lightning. The enemy does not need to build a hell for them. They are building their own. One scroll at a time, one post at a time, one hit at a time. I didn't understand at first. I looked at the vape in the vision and thought about the panic I felt before dying. And he showed me the truth. You used the vape to calm the panic. But the panic was your spirit calling for me. It crushed me. My anxiety wasn't a disorder. It was a signal. My soul screaming. I'm empty. I'm lost. I need God. And I drowned it in smoke. I drowned it in TikToks. I drowned it in noise. Jesus continued. They cannot hear me because they are never quiet. The enemy has given them endless tools to insulate themselves from silence. But in the silence, there I am. I wept. For myself. For my friends. For all of us. Then he showed me a new vision. Kids putting down their phones. Leaving their rooms. Really talking to each other. Laughing. Sitting outside. Looking at sunsets. Feeling real life again. Finding him again. And I felt the shift. He was sending me back. No, I cried. Please. I want to stay. It's too hard down there. But his love wrapped around me, firm yet gentle. Liam, you must tell them. Tell them I am real. Tell them I am the quiet. Tell them I am waiting. Go. Be the one who speaks. And then he pushed me. A gentle push but final. The warmth faded. The light withdrew. The song quieted. And I fell. Fast. The darkness returned, but this time cold, terrifying, painful. And then, my eyes flew open. Light. Harsh. Blinding. Cold fluorescent hospital lights stabbed into my eyes. Alarms beeping. Machines clicking. A tube lodged down my throat. I gagged. My chest burned like it had been filled with fire. My body convulsed as air rushed back into me. He's back. We have a pulse. Voices shouted around me. Hands moved fast across my body. Get the pads off him. Check his oxygen. Keep him stable. It was chaos, loud, overwhelming, the complete opposite of the peace I had just come from. A man in scrubs leaned over me. A doctor. His face pale with shock. Liam, can you hear me? I blinked, barely able to move. My vision adjusted. I turned my head as much as I could. And there, standing in the corner, was my mom. She looked 10 years older. Pale. Shaken. Tears streaming down her face. Her hands were over her mouth as she stared at me like she couldn't believe I was real. The doctor swallowed before speaking again. Liam, you're at St. Jude's Hospital. You suffered a severe pulmonary edema. Your lungs filled with fluid. We believe it was triggered by the vape. He paused, voice trembling. You were gone for 22 minutes. No pulse. No brain activity. You were gone. He leaned closer. We don't know how you're awake. We don't know how your brain is okay. This is a miracle. But I knew the truth. It wasn't just a miracle. It was a message. My vision blurred as tears filled my eyes. Hot tears rolled down my face. My body hurt, but my spirit felt alive. I had been with him. And he sent me back. Days passed. I healed slowly. The tube was removed. My lungs struggled, but they worked. My parents stayed by my side. They never let go of my hand. When I could finally speak, I told them everything. Not at once. Little by little. My mom cried. My dad held his head in his hands. They believed me. They knew something had happened, something impossible. And then, I felt the pull. The mission. That's why I'm telling this. Not for views. Not for attention. Not for sympathy. Because Jesus gave me a message. A message for you. So here it is. If you're watching this, if you're my age, if you're lonely, if your mind is loud, if you can't stop scrolling, if the world feels numb, if you vape, drink, game for hours, anything just to quiet the noise, listen. That emptiness you feel, that panic, that ache in your chest, that constant need to distract yourself, that's not a sickness. That's your soul screaming. I need God. The phone is lying to you, the apps are lying to you, the endless scrolling is lying to you. All of it is designed to keep you from ever being quiet enough to hear him. Because in the quiet, that's where Jesus is. We are the loneliest generation the world has ever seen. We sit in little boxes, staring at glass screens, pretending we are connected. But Jesus is real. He is alive, and he is waiting for you. So please, listen to me. Turn it off, just for 5 minutes, just once. Put your phone down, sit in the silence, close your eyes, and whisper, "Jesus, are you there?" And you'll feel it. The warmth, the shift, the stillness. Because he is there. He does see you. He does love you. He's been waiting your whole life for that one moment of silence. My name is Liam Walker. I died. Jesus brought me back. And he sent me to tell you. He's real. He's waiting, and he wants you to come home.